Hello, small group leaders. This is Pastor Dan Fitzgerald. I wanted to share some rules for re-entry with you, as many of you are starting your groups back up. Some of you are beginning to meet face-to-face. Some of you are still meeting through Zoom. Whatever avenue you're doing, first and foremost, I want to say a thank you to you for the investment you're making in the body of believers. It's a tremendous thing. Thank you so much. So I've got 8 quick rules for re-entry for you. Tips, tools, things to grab a hold of to make sure are in place as you begin meeting again as a small group. Number 1, show grace. In a time where everything is so divided, the rule is grace, 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 grace. Before COVID, we couldn't agree on what the best food was to eat or the best restaurant in town. Now we've got way bigger things to deal with. Mass, in-person, social distancing. Remember, grace, 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 grace. Grace is the rule for relationship. Number two, refuel your soul. The number 1 rule for you as a small group leader is there's nothing more important than your relationship with Jesus. And the second one is like it. There's nothing more important than your personal relationship with Jesus. Remember, you're called to give out of the overflow or the abundance of your relationship with God. Make sure you keep that a priority. Number 3, stick with the routine. It's important that you meet regularly, whether you've got one person attending a Zoom meeting or sometimes no one shows up at all. That meeting needs to happen like clockwork because so many things have been turned upside down. The only way to really recapture momentum is to stick with the routine that's countable on where people can attend your group. Number 4, stop divisive conversations. Just knock it off. The devil divides. That's what he does. But God brings us together and you're a part of that. So lead the way and have the courage to say, hey, that conversation's for another time, another context. It's very important. I understand it, but it's not for here. Your job is to lift up an umbrella and shade everyone from the elements that are just out there naturally right now and create a safe place where people can share vulnerably on the things that's going to catapult them forward in their relationship with God. Build a home base. Build a home base doesn't mean your small group meeting. It means build a home base outside of small group time where people can communicate with each other. Maybe it's a text thread. Maybe it's a Facebook group. It's a place where you can share praise reports, where you can share needs, and you can communicate the stuff of life outside of small group time. Incredibly important. Number 6, pace your group. Remember, variety is the spice of life. So if you've been doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, it's time to try something different. If you're a prayer group, set up a time to serve some way. If you're a message-based group, go find a fun activity to do. Don't neglect what your priority is, what you're gathering around, but make sure that you vary the content of your meeting. Number 7, meet needs. Make sure that you're serving. There's a lot of things happening right now, a lot of needs going on. Be aware of them and move proactively as a group into each other's lives. And last, control what's controllable. There's so much we can't do anything about right now. Let's not neglect to do what we can do in this season. So control what you can control, leave the rest to God, and it's all in His hands. It's time for the rules for re-entry. God bless you guys as you pray through getting your small groups up and running, and thank you for those that have kept them going this whole time. I'm so excited for the community that God is building. God bless you.